This is Gerard Welbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. Catch the video replay of Monday night's radio program at 10:30 and 7 o'clock, Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614. That's Tiger Talk, Mondays on Tiger Radio Mix 103 and Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10:30 and 7 on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614. Hello again, everyone, and welcome into another installment of Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock with you for the next 30 minutes as we talk Fort Hays State football. The Tigers, a workmanlike win Saturday in Joplin, Missouri. Their first game in Joplin since '09, and they beat Missouri Southern 42-31 to go to 7-3, matching last year's win total. They'll try to tie the school record for victories this Saturday. Huge showdown with Central Missouri. All sorts of postseason implications on the line. We'll talk all about that and more, including a review of the Missouri Southern game with head football coach Chris Brown as he joins us here momentarily. The program, as always, brought to you by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. They're just north of the interstate in Hays, open 7 days a week. The Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. Head coach Chris Brown joins us next. This is Tiger Talk. Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock, head coach Chris Brown. The program brought to you by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. And right now, don't forget about the $1.99 take-home box. When you buy your regular or senior meal, just $1.99 more, you get the take-home box. It's like having a whole nother meal. You have a late-night snack, maybe something for the next day. All at the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. Tigers beat Missouri Southern on Saturday, 42-31. Their first game in Joplin since '09. Their second straight win in Joplin. And maybe it wasn't the best performance. I think after the game, Dustin Armbruster talked to you, and workmanlike, and that's probably the best way to describe it. Wasn't your best outing, wasn't your worst, certainly, but bottom line, you got to win, and someone wise once told me never apologize for a win, especially if it's on the road.
Yeah, we'll take a win any way we can get it. I thought, we started out pretty well in that game. We didn't get a first down on offense, but their first play from snap, we get a fumble return for a touchdown, then we get the ball back on the kickoff and we go score, and then they go and get a field goal. But I thought we started out pretty quick, but I just didn't think like we finished or played our hardest through that whole game. And we just missed a lot of tackles defensively that get on third down conversions that kept them on the field. But overall, I didn't think it was our best performance. But there are some good things from that game, but there are some bad things that we got to get corrected this week.
Well, you got a nice little lead there before the half and expanded it and had the big lead. I think 25 points going into the fourth quarter. It just seemed like you kind of let your foot off the throttle a little bit. And some of that is Missouri Southern, obviously, just the one win. And the game just didn't seem to have a lot of intensity there.
It did. In these last 2 weeks, we played an 0-8, 0-7 Kearney team, and then we play a 1-8, Southern team. And, it's hard for kids to get up for teams like that. And you look over on their side, they weren't real fired up during the game as well, just kind of going through the motions. And your kids see those things, and they kind of let off a little bit. But, we got to find ways as a team to get ourselves motivated, to figure out on our own that we got to play hard for 4 quarters and do things to make us better as a football team. Because, if you don't do those things in the game, they can carry over to the next week, and hopefully that's not the case this week.
Defensively, played pretty good, gave up those touchdowns late in the fourth quarter, but I guess prior to that, really a pretty solid game.
We did some good things. There's still those third down conversions. They were, I think, 9 of 19 on third down conversions, 4 of 4 on fourth down conversions. And, defensively, we got to get ourselves off the field. They had 90 snaps, in that game. And, we can't put ourselves in those situations because as a defense, you're going to get tired and give up points when you do that, especially when your D linemen are playing, 70, 80 snaps a game. And, we got to find ways to get off the field. We got to create some more turnovers, and we got to be better on third downs defensively.
Yeah, you look at the final numbers, it was kind of surprising, but they had the ball a lot in that fourth quarter when they were able to get 3 touchdowns on the board. He had the trio of linebackers really back kind of close to where they were earlier this year with Jose Delgado and Alex Schmidberger back there joining Brock Long. You saw a lot more of that 3-3 defense. Good to see those three, and not surprising, they were your top three tacklers on Saturday.
Yeah, they do a very good job. They understand what's going on. Our defensive line do a great job of keeping their, the O-line off our linebackers, and they're also good at getting off blocks as well. But they pursued the ball very well. Still feel like we missed way too many tackles in that game, and I think that's really what hurt us through this game is the missed tackles because, we make a few of those tackles. Those are on third downs. They got to punt, get the ball back to our offense, and it probably could have been a totally different ball game.
But the Tigers get the win, 42-31. We'll talk about it in more detail when we come back. Tiger Talk presented by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA, and we're back right after this.
They're growing up and getting busier. Between school, sports, dance, sleepovers, you want to make sure they can always reach you when they need to. Nextech Wireless has the perfect cell phone starter plan. For only $40 per month, it includes unlimited data, calling, and texting. There are no contracts or overages, so they can call, text, YouTube, and stream all they want. Plus, smartphones start at just $150. Certain restrictions apply. Get the $40 WOW unlimited plan at Nextech Wireless.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock, head football coach Chris Brown. The program brought to you by the Golden Corral, where kids eat free on Tuesdays from 4 until close. Golden Corral, just north of the interstate in Hayes, open 7 days a week. Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. Tigers win Saturday in Joplin, beating Missouri Southern 42-31. You kind of alluded to it. First possession, didn't do anything, moved the ball nicely, but had a punt and really got a gift-wrapped touchdown. Their very first offensive play, they mishandled a handoff right into the lap, bounces right to Doyen Jabowu, who maybe will never score the rest of his career as easy as he had that one. Anytime you can get a freebie like that, 7-0 start, that's always great.
And it's something we talk about all the time is, defensively we got to find a way to score defensively, whether it's, setting up our offense, scoring ourselves, or, just getting the ball back to our offense. But, yeah, that was a gift-wrap present to him. Hopefully he scores more touchdowns in his career here, as a defensive back. But, it was a great play for us. It bounced right to him, and he got to the end zone.
And, of course, setting up with a nice punt, pinning them at the 10-yard line. And Jordan Stengler had another good day, a punt late in the first half to get any chance of them maybe trying to get a late score to get some momentum, 67 yards to pin them deep. He had a pretty good day.
He had a great day for us. His leg was on. Kicking into the wind, and with the wind, he was getting some nice booming kicks and some great hang time as well, and putting the ball where we wanted it. He pinned him inside the 10 then one time, right before the half, like you said, and then that's a huge kick for us. If we got a short kick there or a big return, who knows what happens with this ball game. It might be a, 21-10 ball game at half, and, we can't have that.
Well, we talk about the defense, and maybe wasn't their sharpest game, but in that first half, you force them to punt on 4 of their next 6 possessions. They had the field goal on one drive, and then they got that touchdown on the other. But for the most part, through a good chunk of that first half, the defense was locked in and making some plays.
They did make some plays. We did a good job of getting some pressure on the quarterback, making him throw the short, quick throws, and we just got to come up and tackle. But I thought defensively the first half we played well enough to win that ball game. Second half we came out and didn't play as well.
Offensively, you get the first touchdown, then come back your second possession, 10 plays, 92 yards, your longest drive of the year by yardage. You get the touchdown and some big plays. Evan Jennings had catches of 17 and 18 yards in the possession. It set up the Travion Albert 5-yard touchdown run. But that possession, your offense was really, really clicking.
It was, and that's how we want to run, all the time is getting first downs. And, if you continue to get first downs, eventually you're going to end up getting a touchdown or getting a field goal. And, there's a great drive there by our offense. They just need to learn from that drive and continue to do those type of drives as we go into this next game.
Kind of sputtered a little bit after that. Your, I guess, 2 of the last 3 possessions ended in a punt, and then you tried the 57-yard field goal for Drew at the final play of the half and didn't quite get that done. But you're clicking along. You had 21 points and really a chance to maybe put them away, but couldn't quite get it done in those final 3 possessions.
Yeah, it was a situation. It was 4th and, probably 12, 15 yards, and Drew's got a strong enough leg to make that kick. He just got underneath it a little bit. I think he kicked the turf, before he got to the ball. But, I want to give the kid every opportunity that we can, to get him some more points. And because he's got the leg to do it, he just didn't get, just didn't get his foot on the ball.
Tigers led it, though, at halftime, 21-10 over Missouri Southern. We'll talk about the second half when we return. Tiger Talk brought to you by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. And we're back with more right after this.
BOS Motorsports in Hayes introduces the top off-road vehicle lineup with Polaris. The world leader in off-road innovation presents the RZR, Ranger, Sportsman, and Ace off-road vehicles right here in the heartland of BOS Motorsports in Hayes. Whether you're looking for something for the trail, the farm, the oil patch, the hunt, BOS has the ride just for you. Stop in today and ride away with yours. At BOS, customer service is number one. Our in-house parts and service department will take care of you before, during, and after the sale. BOS Motorsports just north of I-70 at exit 159 in Hayes.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. And, of course, you can enjoy breakfast anytime beginning at 11. Omelets, pancakes, biscuits, and gravy. They've got it for lunch or dinner. Golden Corral, north of the interstate, best buffet in the USA. Tigers were leading 21-10 at halftime Saturday at Missouri Southern. And then got another gift, second play of this third quarter. Missouri Southern fumbles it again, this time recovered by Daniel Lindsay, set up a 37-yard touchdown pass to Bilal Salat. The defense right there at the right spot and got another fumble recovery. Always great to start a half that way.
It was. We needed to find a way to start that half quick, get some more points on the board. And, we got some turnovers this game, and I think every turnover we had, we actually capitalized and scored points off of, and that's huge, and we need to continue to do those things as this year goes on. But, we needed that play right there. We needed to stop him somehow, because if we don't stop him, it's 21-17, and heck, it's going to be one heck of a ball game after that.
And, you mentioned scoring off of turnovers. I think you were third in the conference in turnovers gained, but had really struggled to get points off of that. The last 3-4 games, that's kind of changed. You've been able to get points off of those turnovers, and that's the key. The turnovers are great, but if you don't capitalize, it's not taking full advantage.
Yeah, it is, and we're talking about taking advantage of every opportunity, and we get turnovers, and that's something we talk about all the time. Get the ball back to our offense so they can put some points on the board. And, our offense has done that the last few weeks, and they got to continue now. Hopefully this next week we'll get a few more and put some extra points on the board. But you got to take advantage of every opportunity a team gives you, and those are opportunities.
Nice to see Bilal Salat catch the touchdown pass. He's had kind of an up-and-down season, but we've seen him emerge a little bit more as the season has gone along. And he was wide open. He was almost so wide open, you just kind of crossed your fingers, make sure he made the catch. He did that to take it in. That was a sweet play.
He did. I saw him over there, and I saw the ball going to him. And I came outside and I said, Bilal, I prayed for you that you would catch that ball and you'd go score. And he goes, Coach, I need all the prayers I can get, which is funny for a kid. He has fun. He enjoys the game. He loves the game of football. He works hard day in and day out, and it was good to see him, get that touchdown. He deserves it. He just by his work ethic, his faith in his teammates, and his leadership on the field is tremendous.
Well, next couple of possessions, you're not able to do much, but then you come back, and Travion Albert connects with Evan Jennings on a 38-yard touchdown pass. Evan had a great game Saturday, 99 yards catching, and a great touchdown catch. It was well defended, got deflected to the goal line, and great concentration to haul it in the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a tremendous play, and Evan's gotten better as the years gone on. He stepped up to this position when Flory went down and has really ran with it and became a great player for us. But that was a tremendous catch. You don't see that happen very often. We go over to defender, the ball's tipped, and then still have the awareness to go catch that ball for a touchdown. But that was just a tremendous play by him. A great individual effort right there.
And we were talking on the broadcast since that Missouri Western game, and he made no excuses for the drop ball in the end zone. Obviously, we've hashed what happened on that play, but he made no excuses and says great players need to step up and make great plays in situations like that. From that point on, it seems like he's been a different receiver. He's been kind of a go-to guy for Travion Albert and has really stepped up his game. A player I know you had a lot of hopes for coming in as a freshman.
Yeah, we did, and he's got tremendous speed. He's long and lanky. He's got some pretty good strength as well, and, he runs very well. And, we've expected those from day one once he got here, but he's finally gotten his shot, and now that he's gotten his shot, he's shown us what he can do, as a receiver in this conference. And, he's only going to get better as this year goes on. He's going to get better next year, and, I'm excited to have him back for one more year.
42-17 at that point, and then it just seemed like your team kind of let off the accelerator a little bit. They get some touchdowns late to make the final margin 42-31. That's probably the part I'm guessing, not to put words in your mouth, but you're the most disappointed. You had them down. Game was pretty well over. You never felt they were going to come back and win, but didn't just completely take it over and put them away and not give them any points.
Yeah, we didn't. We just don't know how to finish the game, drive the spike, finish the team off. Those are the things that really upsets me as a coach is we got to find ways to do that. And that's something that's inside yourself that you got to find and dig out and do it. And, It's about toughness. It's about meanness. It's about being relentless and finishing guys off. And we're just not quite there yet. So I got to find a way to get it instilled in these guys one way or another to figure out how to finish teams off and finish the ball game in the right fashion.
Now the Tigers get the win, 42-31. They're now 7-3. As we mentioned in the open, they matched last year's win total, and now a chance to keep the trend going of one more win each year. And that will be this Saturday as they take on Central Missouri in a big game at Lewis Field. We'll talk all about it when we return. Tiger Talk presented by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. Our final segment coming up next.
At Eagle Communications, we're proud to provide the communication services you need to get the most from today's technology. Our employee owners make it happen. We're part of your community, and we take pride in delivering excellent customer service. If you ever have a question, give us a call. We're here to help. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Gerard Walbrock, head coach Chris Brown, the program presented by the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. And give them a call about their catering service. Thanksgiving coming up, the holidays as well. Maybe you have an office party or a big family gathering. They can cater your next meal. 625-4141 is the number to call. Give Matt a call and ask about their great catering service at the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. 7-3 Tigers hosting the 8-2 Mules from Central Missouri, and really even since Fort Hays State has joined the MIAA before you were even the head coach, always some good games with the Mules. Could never beat them until last year. You finally got the job done in Warrensburg, but this has developed into a pretty good series, and certainly no game between these guys with more meaning than what you're going to face this Saturday.
It is. This is a huge game for us, and we're trying to get to that 8th win, get that one more win every single year. Being top in this conference, the top 3 hopefully in this conference with this winner, tying for 3rd at least with Central. But also the opportunity of maybe getting into playoffs and even a bowl game. And it's a very important game for us. We're going to treat it like it's a playoff game, and we got to prepare for it like it's a playoff game and get ourselves ready and really put the time and effort in the film room and in our scouting reports and, practice of really understanding what they're trying to do to us offensively and defensively. But it's a huge game for us. We're going in the right direction, but our kids need to find a way to go win this ball game.
We've talked about the last 2 weeks maybe not being as solid as you were prior to that. How much do you think was the fact that this game has been looming? I know a lot of people have been eyeing this game for a while. It's finally here, but I would just think human nature to kind of have that in the back of your mind that you've got a big one coming up in week 11.
It is. When you talk about the last 3 weeks, you got Kearney, who was who hadn't won a game yet. Southern has won one game, and you're thinking about Central Missouri and the importance of that ball game. But you got to win those first 2 to even make this one important. And our kids have done that. It was looming in the back of their head. They're probably thinking about this week and what they got to do to win this ball game. And hopefully it all clicks this week. Hopefully they come to practice with a great attitude and ready to work and understanding that this is a huge ball game for us in this program and where we're trying to get to. But what I want to do is try to invite people out to the game. We need to get as many people in those stands as possible. I know it's the opening weekend of pheasant season. Go early in the morning, get your limit, come back to the game and watch us play. But we need to pack those stands for these kids and show them the support that this community has for them. Well,
the game's been moved back to 2:30 because of TV. It's on the MIAA TV network, so plenty of time to hunt and then plenty of time to get back to the stadium for some football. Let's talk about Central a little bit. You always talk about their offense. They've always had one of the more prolific offenses in the conference and the country, but this year it might be their defense. They are very, very impressive.
Very impressive. They do a good job on 3rd downs. They do a good job of running to the ball and not giving up the big play, and they pursue very well to the run. They're very, very tough up front on the D-line. Their linebackers play very well. Their secondary is very solid, and they're not quite Northwest, but they're pretty darn close to Northwest defensively. But they're a good football team, and our offense is going to be ready to make some adjustments during the game and be ready to play football.
And their offense isn't bad. I mean, maybe not the numbers they put up in years past, but still pretty darn good. One of the better ones in the conference.
Yeah, Professor, great quarterback. Fugate is tremendous. He's great with his feet. He's gives himself time. He throws the ball very well, makes some great reads, and he's a tremendous football player. They got a big tailback who's about 230 pounds. He's going to be tough to bring down. Got great wide receivers, and their O-line's very, very solid. So this is a game that our kids better be ready to come and bring everything that they got, because it's going to be a good football game, and hopefully we come out with a W.
And it's senior day, and you've got a group. Some of them are transfers, haven't been there the whole time, but the first group that you brought in, those who have redshirted, I would think a very meaningful day for them, obviously. A chance to get to 8 wins, but their final home game at Lewis Field, it's going to be a special day for those guys.
It is a great group of seniors. They've worked hard. They've been here, most of them with me the whole time. I've done the things that we've asked them to do. They've put the time in the summer, and getting guys here in the summer, doing the extra 7-on-7s that they can do to make themselves better football players. But they've done a tremendous job for this program and where we're at, and that's a big reason why we're at right now is because of these guys. It's going to be an emotional day, but once we get that senior part over with and that first kickoff, it's time to go to work and get this win for those seniors.
Should be a lot of fun. Fort Hays State, Central Missouri, Week 11 showdown, 2:30 kick. It's on the MIAA TV network. We want to see out at Lewis Field for what should be a whale of a football game with a ton of postseason implications on the line. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Have a great week of practice. We can't wait for Saturday to get here. Go get them.
Thanks, Gerard.
That's head coach Chris Brown, and that is going to do it for Tiger Talk. Certainly hope you enjoyed the program. Hey, if you missed any portion of it, you can always catch it online at HaysPost.com, and the video replay on Eagle Cable channels 14 and 614 at 10:30 on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, and then again Tuesday and Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock. The program brought to you by the HaysMed Orthopedic Institute, Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Belt Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Couture for Men and Women, and Eagle Communications. And, of course, as always, brought to you by the Golden Corral, just north of the interstate in Hayes, open 7 days a week. The Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. For Coach Chris Brown, this is Gerard Wellbrock. So long, everyone.